Did I get what I need from Ulta? Yes. Did I get what I didn't need from Ulta? Yes. Barbie nails for the Barbie movie? I think so. So I will be wearing those at the end of this month. Or next month. It's still June. So I'm gonna have to retouch my lip gloss because I just ate. But headed to the Barbie movie. I will let you know what I feel like at the end, but I got all dressed up and I will insert pictures here and here, and you can just see how excited I am about my outfit and my hair, and just I love it so much, especially because these earrings I got from my local thrift store, and this dress and the shoes, which I'm currently not wearing because I've literally been dressed up like this all day for reasons. Oh, excuse me. But I'm getting ready, I'm getting excited, I'm getting a little extra because I've got something extra on my hands. But here we go. The not midnight, but gonna get out at midnight showing of Barbie, the movie. The day before. The day before. I love it. Sorry, I keep looking at myself in the screen because just like, oh, look at how pretty. I need an excuse to dress like this every day. Had fun, saw the movie, would recommend at least once. And I'll tell you more when I get home. Can we just gush about the Barbie pink thingy-mabobber? Not me sneaking into the house, being the loudest thing in my heels. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, so it's really late and I can't speak really loudly because everyone's sleeping upstairs. But I had fun and I thought it was a good movie, but I will have to have a second watch just because, I don't know, something about being in a public setting, it doesn't really make me focus on the movie. It makes me focus on the reactions of the audience, and it's kind of distracting. I feel like it's a good theatrical watch, but if I watch it on my own in private, it might lose something, and that's not a good sign for a movie. But I will give it the benefit of the doubt, because if I watch it on my own, then it's fine. But there was like a moment where it felt super preachy and so horned in. Like they did it a whole lot better than some other movies that have come out. But it was just like the clapping in the audience seemed like it was a forced thing. Like it wasn't a roaring applause so much as something that a couple of women in the audience felt like they had to clap for, because it was such a stereotypical like woman empowering speech where we talk about all the problems of being a woman and all the expectations of being a woman, and it's just like, I heard it 1,000 times. Like anyone with a vagina just knows this inherently. You don't need to tell us what we already know in the movie, and there's a good chance the people you're preaching at aren't watching this movie. So, you know, it just felt like it wasn't earned. It was good, and how they did it, it was just like, who are you telling? Surely not the woman who actually goes through this on a daily basis. Surely not the 9-to-5 mom. Surely not the 9-to-5 job hunter. We know this. We already know this. This is not new. This is not a revelation that you need to tell us poor women how we're supposed to feel. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, but for now, Date Night Barbie out. Hello. We're choosing a new angle today. I don't know why, but we are. So, it's now been a couple hours, 10 hours I think. I got home around midnight, and I've had some time to process everything, and now I have my own opinion about the movie. And let me just say, it's not a bad movie. It's a stereotypical Hollywood movie. It's okay. It's a movie. It's just not good. And I'll get into why it's not good in more detail. But for people who are just tuning in wanting to know what's the movie like before they go or if they should see it, here's your timestamp. I'll see you there. But, no. I think it had the potential to be a lot better than what it was. They had a great IP to work with. It's Barbie. And you got Mattel as a character. You got to say whatever you wanted to say about the company. And I feel like we played it safe. I'm gonna say it. I feel like it's a movie that played it safe. It pandered a lot. And that, I think, is the most disappointing thing of it all, because you have millions, if not billions, of women around the world who love the Barbie IP, who've seen the movies, who know the dolls, and you know people who are coming to see the movie who don't like Barbie, but know the character of Barbie, and that's why they don't like her. And you just went so easy street with it. You basically gave us a movie where the whole plot, the whole point, the purpose of this character is that she's uncomfortable. Fine, sure, I'll give you that. But then she easily gives up. She easily gets frustrated. It's like the people who made this movie never saw Barbies. Or rather, they had their own idea or their own agenda about Barbie, and they didn't really play up what they could have. Like, there were questions asked in the movie that I felt would have made a better storyline. I really do. I think when they ask, where do Kens live? Valid point. In Barbie Land, where do the Kens live? Do they just sleep on the streets? Do they go back to their jobs and just close their eyes and wake up and think about Barbie then when they wake up? I don't know, because you didn't show us. You decided that instead the thing that you wanted to tell billions of women is being a woman's hard. We know that. We know that. We didn't need another movie telling us that. That's kind of the whole point of why we don't go see these quote-unquote strong women movies. Because are they, or are they just OP and they don't earn it? Because what... Help me understand, what was I supposed to get from this movie other than it's Barbie, which is great. I love that it's Barbie. What else? What else? As someone who also enjoys movies, what else other than just Barbie? Like, what other purpose was I supposed to... Like, the only character I didn't have a problem with was Sasha, because that's literally every preteen who grows out of dolls. I can't fault her for being cynical and for being, like, programmed into thinking Barbie is the enemy and that she's everything wrong with feminism. Honey, there's a lot wrong with feminism if you think Barbie's the only thing wrong with feminism. But like, it fell flat for me because it didn't do enough. Like, there were so many fun things you could have done, and there were so many fun things you did do, and you did nothing with them. And that made me sad. Like, it just... There was so much. They gave you so much, and you did so little. And you did so little. Like... I think it's cool that you brought Midge out to play. I think it's cool that you made fun of the fact that there's really only ever been one Alan character. But like, where were the Nickies and the Christies and the Graces and and I'm just listing my favorites. I know there are a whole lot more out there, like, that resonate with other people, but like, where were they? Like, we got an end credit that said Christy and totally yo-yo Nikki, but like, do they not exist in the Barbie world outside of Barbie? And what about the newest Barbie? Where was she? Where's 2021 Barbie? Like, it was such a huge deal. You made her own doll and everything, and she wasn't in the movie. And I guess you could say it's Malibu, but is it really Malibu? It's Barbie Land. Wouldn't Barbie be in Barbie Land? But that's coming from someone who actually enjoys Barbie and the IP, and just, I was disappointed that the whole premise of the movie is being a woman's hard. And that's what it boils down to. It literally was just a movie about being a woman is hard. I think anyone, like I said last night, anyone with a vagina knows being a woman is hard. We don't need movies telling us, preaching at us. You're literally preaching to the choir. The kind of people that you should be telling this to aren't watching this movie, or if they are, they're there supporting someone who brought them there, and they already know this because that person brought them to this movie. And I think it's trying too hard to be a feminist movie without telling a genuinely good feminist story, because it's not just about empowering women. It's about empowering women and changing the world so that it is on an equal playing field, not reversing the dynamics. I think the Supreme Court and the President Barbie were beautiful examples of that. Like, why not dig into that? Why not go into the real world, and instead of having literally every single stereotypical harassment a woman faces in a day, have her just meet with genuine people who live with men and actually understand that it's more than just, I don't know, like, can we make a movie where it's a feminist movie where men aren't the enemy? I feel like we're teaching that lesson a little too hard, where it's like, if you're a feminist, men must be the enemy. No. If you're a feminist, you have to overcome the patriarchy, yes. But you still have to live in a world with men and cooperate with them and collaborate with them and exist with them and be in relations, whether it's romantic or platonic, with them. Like, can we stop making men the enemy just to make men the enemy? Like, can we just have a good feminist movie that, like, empowers women to be more than just what society tells you to be, but also doesn't put down men and tell them that they're the problem? They are, in some cases, the problem, but, like, show them an example of what's not the problem. Like, let's make movies that show good male character growth and good male support and good, instead of just making them the problem all the time, because then they're just going to resent it and go further into being the problem. Like, there were men who came out of that movie theater in a group. These guys came in a group and they're like, why did we come to see this movie? Is this what we stayed 2 hours for? Because there was really nothing in it for them to say, that's how I be a good supporter to women. That's how I be a good feminist ally. That there was nothing in that movie that did that. And that's kind of disappointing. That their takeaway was that they sat in this movie for 2 hours where the whole premise was, you're the problem. And the world would be a better place without you. We can do better than that. I feel like we can do better with that. And, like, the other thing, the movie ends with, like, Ken questioning who is he without Barbie, and it's like, another good question. Let's get that movie. They joked about having a Ken movie end the movie, and I think we need that. I think we actually need that. Who is Ken? Because not to just like prop up men, because like, you know, but also, isn't it good feminism to have a character that's interested in Barbie and is always seen with Barbie, and actually give him a characteristic trait that's like not just obsessing with Barbie? Like, isn't it good to teach girls that they should probably have standards for the men in their lives? Isn't it probably a good idea to have like good role models showing them what a healthy relationship looks like, not just being the center of someone's obsession? Because that's not a healthy relationship. I don't know. I feel like, can we get a Ken movie? Something that shows us a little bit more about Ken? Like, I fully know he has a first, middle, and last name, but I don't remember it. But I can remember Barbara Millicent Roberts. I know that Barbie is a hardworking individual. I know that she never quits, which was another problem I had with the movie, with her giving up so easily. That's not Barbie. But like, just, can we get something about Ken? Like, does he give up? Does he have that same mentality of never give up, never surrender, but like in a not war way? Does he have any hobbies or interests that he likes? Because Barbie likes to bake. She's the best baker in her world. What about Ken? Can he do anything? I know in the movie they gave him the trait of liking horses, but like, does he horseback ride? Does he like does he work on the farm? Like, I know in the Barbie series, Dreamhouse Adventures, he was a farmhand a little bit, but like, so is Barbie. Is he doing that just because Barbie is? I don't know. I have so many questions for why they didn't just lean in to the world of Barbie instead of trying to do what everybody else in Hollywood's doing. And it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing because I'll admit I was expecting a lot, because they pushed hard for this movie to the point where Barbenheimer became a thing. And yes, there's camp in it, but there's not enough to justify the shorthand, let's teach women how hard it is to be women. And I think that's really the sticking point. Like, there were other stories that could have been told. We could have gone through the whole part of the movie where they go to Barbie Land, and it could have turned into a Barbie Land is great, but you know, it's also good to be in the real world sometimes. That's a story we need to hear. Like, we hear it from men all the time, like fantasy land, but we need to come back because reality is better than the fantasy. Or it's sometimes hard to go back to the fantasy, to the reality when you have the fantasy. Where's that for women? This could have been that chance, and we missed it. We missed it because we wanted to tell women that being a woman is hard. Just, I don't know. I feel like this could have been the anthem of the year, and instead it went with the easiest thing they could do. They went with the box office security blanket instead of actually changing the game. And that's kind of sad, considering that's exactly what Barbie did. She changed the game. They even admit this in the teaser, which is also the opening. Like, I don't think you lived up to the Barbie internet. I don't think you lived up to it. I don't think you lived up to the Barbie expectations of the internet. And not even just the internet, just like, let's lower the bar here. I don't think you just lived up to Barbie. Because while the movies are certainly girly and overly feminine and overtly positive to a fault, Mattel makes good movies. They tell good stories. They actually are worth watching, even if you hate Barbie, because you cannot tell me that a Mattel Barbie movie is not a good movie. You can tell me that it's overtly pink and colorful and relies too much on magic, but you can't tell me it's not a good movie. You can't do that. But you can with the official Barbie movie. I really wanted to like this, y'all. You saw me dressed to the nines to support my blonde girl. And welcome back to those of you who came to feel the feels of whether they should or should not go. I think Barbie the movie is good for the zeitgeist, but is not watchable again for a second time, and it is not watchable again in just your home setting. I think if you're waiting to see this go to streaming, I think you should buy a movie ticket instead. I think you should go for the atmosphere of the theater and the people there, and to see their reactions and to feel how people feel about the movie. I don't think you should wait for streaming for this one, because you might be disappointed. I think you should go for the vibes. I think you should see the Barbie movie for the vibes and not for the storytelling, because it's Captain Marvel all over again. It's Endgame women empowerment scene all over again. You should go for the vibes. You should not go for the movie. You should go for the vibes. Yeah. That's my takeaway. That is my takeaway from this movie. You should go for the vibes. So, thank you for listening to my rant. I had more cohesive thoughts this morning, but they kind of all jumbled up together, and I probably didn't get to all the topics I wanted to talk about. But as a Barbie fan, I think you should go for the vibes, not expecting Dreamhouse Adventures level, or what was the other one that everyone loved? The one that they could have done. Oh no. Life in the Dream House. You should go expecting Captain Marvel, not Life in the Dream House. You should go expecting the scene in Endgame, and you know the one, not Dreamhouse Adventures. You should go expecting Hollywood, not your favorite Barbie movie made into a live action. And that's the truth. I hope this helps with your decision making. And I'm sure I'm not the only one here on YouTube posting. I'm just very lucky that my town had a day early premiere from 3 to 9:45 showings, and I happened to go to the 9:45, and I can talk about this on the day it comes out. So if you're still on the fence off if you want to go or not, hey, you have a normal person's non-paid opinion. And for anyone else who's staying around to see if I have any other videos like this one, I am a loose cannon in the fact that I am a baby YouTuber who doesn't know what she wants to do with her channel yet. So YouTube's gonna recommend a couple videos to you. Over here. I don't know if this is gonna flip on me, but I hope that you have fun. And you get dressed up, and you get your girliest and your pinkest, and you buy the merch, and you just dig in to the campness of it all and have a good time and go for the vibes. Because that was the funnest part. Seeing all the women around me in their hot pink, their Barbie logos all over. That was the fun of last night. Yeah, that was the fun of last night. Yeah. Okay, I guess I gotta go now. Bye.